Hey there, I'm Mr. Terry, a high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Reacts video. All right, sorry for the lack of content lately. I've been very under the weather, as you could probably tell by my voice. So I wanted to do something that hopefully is pretty fun today. And that is check out a Minecraft video that uses Minecraft to tell the history of humanity. So this is by the channel Danymok, and it's just titled History of Humanity Portrayed by Minecraft. By the way, if you're a Minecraft fan, there is a community server that you can join. To do that and get more information, go to our Discord server, which is linked down below. Grab the Minecraft role, and you'll see some more info. All right, the original video is down below. Make sure you're supporting that. With that, let's get started. This is a fantastic idea, by the way. Show history through Minecraft. Brilliant. All right, so we got part one. Okay, there's a part two. All right, first nomad societies, 50,000 BC. Hey, invented fire, invented some tools. Heading out of the cave. Animals everywhere. Did get it right and domesticate or hunting the animals before the age of domestication became. Hey, there's Ooga Booga. You gonna cook it? Yep, gotta cook it. Cooking our food had a big biological effect on the development of our species. Breaking down the food by cooking it allowed an ease of digestion, which allowed our body to be able to grow and put more effort and energy into the growth of our other organs, as eating didn't have to take up so much of our biological processes. So it helped grow our brain, for example, and increase our intelligence. Food and cooking food is one of the big things why the human species developed much more than pretty much anything else. Go humans. All right, Ice Age. It wasn't just snow everywhere. We all know that, right? Big animals back then. Big, thick animals live in the colder areas. A lot of people moving to northern temperatures or northern latitudes for colder temperatures. These animals. Yeah, I don't know if you're taking on a mammoth on your own, bud. All right, yeah, humans cross the Bering Land Bridge. Yeah, so, you know, with, again, like I was saying, with the colder temperatures brought thicker animals, good for hunting in those northern latitudes. People were moving up into those northern latitudes, and part of that was in Asia. And in that last ice age, there was a land bridge. You've seen that very close between Russia and what's today Alaska, was crossable, and that was where a lot of the animals ended up going. So yeah, we have thousands of years ago people moving during the ice age, during that time period. Goodbye, Asia. Hello, Americas. There was a groups of people probably before this too, though. Maybe at 20,000. There's different migrations over time. Icy Booga. They made it. They're now Americans. Yeah, welcome to America. We did. All right, Neolithic Revolution. All right, this is Neolithic Revolution is basically the time when people started to, for the first time, live, excuse me, sedentary lives. And that was made possible by the domestication of plants and animals, which allowed people to grow the best crops and maintain the best animals for both eating and working, and allowed people to live in one place for the first time in all of human history. There he goes, chopping up all them kids. Means the new Stone Age, basically. Still limited. This is still before the use of iron weapons. People are still using wood, stone, and bone as their primary tools and weapons and things like that. Bronze Age will be coming in shortly. First best civilizations of Mesopotamia. Yes, Mesopotamia saw the home of some of the best plants and animals that were ever domesticated, as well as a great climate and fertile lands with the Tigris and Euphrates. And the first, large populated cities were in Mesopotamia. This is also where writing was invented, yes, in Mesopotamia. Writing does not really come accidentally. The cultures that have developed writing are generally ones that were agricultural. You know, writing is something very difficult, and the spreading and develop of it requires a civilization that produces a lot of food and goods to the point where not everybody has to devote their lives to farming. They can pursue other things like literacy. And the first writing that we have records of all has to do with really inventory of agriculture. The first stuff, I know, doesn't sound very cool, but when you see the first tablets of cuneiform coming out of Mesopotamia are about, you know, how many goats versus how much wheat. Not boring or not very exciting, but it's what our civilization built upon. Sumerians really kind of consider the first kind of civilization or oldest we kind of know of. That hits a bunch of different, not the first people, for that hits, you know, lots of the check marks of what we consider a civilization. Is this something I should be reading? All right, the Egyptians come up too, very near the time of Mesopotamians, come up in similar time. The Nile was one of the most fertile places in the world, and in the old dynasty, the old kingdom started building pyramids, which is evidence of a very productive agricultural society that would be able to allow the immense amount of people needed to be able to, you know, build pyramids, the thousands of people that you have that could be used and expendable now to do that kind of thing. Mesoamerican civilizations, yeah. Talking about the Olmec, likely the first real true civilization that gets all the features of a civilization. One of the granddaddies of Mesoamerican culture. Ritual boy, we're getting into some human sacrifice. Yep, that was a feature of Mesoamerican ancient cultures. Beating heart, is he gonna yeet it to the sun? Do it, do it. That works too. Trojan War, all right. Mycenaeans, a lot of people think these were kind of like Greeks. Greeks kind of adopted it, but these stories come out of Mycenaean culture, who's the pre-Greeks. Oh, it's the horse. It's actually the Trojan horse. The Gollum guys are the Trojans. That's down in the Homeric poems. All right, birth of Rome. We got Kingdom Rome coming up here, in transitioning into Republic Rome, founded by Romulus and Remus, who were raised, the legend says, raised by a wolf. And he just hit that wolf. Did he just hit his mother? Not very nice. Romulus kills Remus. That is true. That is part of the story. Like, you didn't see nothing? All right, Alexander the Great's father conquers Greece, which is Philip, and then moves to Persia. Yep, he invades the Egyptians, takes out the Persians, gets to India, is stopped in India, and ends up dying while planning the next phase of his conquests. If you guys like what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of live narrating stuff. Love to have you as a sub. Let me know what kind of stuff you want me to see and what you want me to comment on, get my reaction to. All right, yep, he's naming everything Alexandria. So the meme, in a lot of ways, was Alexander used to conquer cities and then rebuild them, and then they would be named after himself. There were like dozens of them. But of course, the Alexandria that you probably think of, and the most famous one, most populous one, was the Alexandria of Egypt, which he wanted to use basically as his capital for his new Hellenistic empire. Must have been a postal system nightmare. Here, send this package to Alexandria. Which one, sir? Oh, okay, Julius Caesar, into the Republic. Here we go. No, the senators! Ugh. Sic semper tyrannis. Death to tyrants. He's taking a lot of hits. It was 20-something times, they say, the stabbing. Et tu, Brute. What we got? Jesus Christ crucified. All right. Oh, no. Preaching monotheism. Not allowed. Well, how do you get up there? Not allowed in the Roman Empire. Fall of Rome, 476. The unseating of the final emperor. It's over. It wasn't really Attila the Hun that did it then, but nevertheless, the Huns were one of many groups that over a good century or two were attacking there. All right, Dark Ages. Birth of feudalism. Rome can't protect you anymore. You now need a lord. Oh, he's beaten the peasant. No empire to protect you. Find somebody locally. Ooh. Golden Age of Islam. All right. Abbasid Caliphate. Could be in Baghdad here. While Europe is in their dark age, the Abbasid Empire under Islamic rule is absolutely killing it when it comes to every intellectual activity. Math, science, philosophy, preserving the Greeks. The Viking raids, yes. The Vikings are heading out of Scandinavia and they are invading everywhere. Northern Europe, to England, of course. Let's just say this is the English. They're attacking the English there. End up founding dynasties in places like England. So William the Conqueror. We get the 1066 Battle of Hastings. Really kind of the founding of the real England we think of today. Which Viking do you think this should be? They don't hit the horses. Rude. It's just Thor. Gunpowder's invented. All right, this should be in China. Gunpowder was invented by semi-accident. Not weaponized greatly necessarily, but yeah, they used like fireworks, rockets, and stuff like that. It's gonna be innovative, and he blew himself up. Yeah, that probably is what happened with the first. That probably is what happened with the first guy to like do gunpowder. I mean, you don't know it's gonna explode and light something. Probably what happened. Excuse me. All right, 1095. Call to the Crusades. Yes. Pope Urban saying anyone that joins this crusade will be given a remission of sins. Here, take some Christianity. Take it. Take it. Oh, you don't want to? Okay, you're dead. Oh, they went back to the Islamic lands there. Overall, the Crusades were a failure for the Christians, as they never did retake the Holy Land. Only successful crusade was basically the first one. Other ones were big L's, especially the fourth, where they don't even make it to the Holy Land before they start attacking each other. And that's basically how it ended there. All right, Mongols. All right, Genghis. They're going to invade the whole world. Largest land-based empire conquered in human history. That's the Mongol horde. Do not want to be on the other side of a Mongol horde. You are much better off giving in to their demands, which they usually give you. However, being ruled by the Mongols was not very oppressive if you gave in to them, but if you fought back, boy, you learned about what the Mongols were capable of when it came to brutality. All right, we got the plague. Here we go. Plague has hit Europe. Comes over the Silk Road, 1300s. Third of Europe is killed. Completely changes Europe's history. Ecologically, economically, culturally. I guess, okay, rat, not spider. Okay, I was like, why is there? Because, you know, largely fleas on rats, which traveled, you know, on ships and on trade routes, with a big spreader of the plague. He's dead. All right, don't worry. A lot of people are gonna do it. All right. Okay, so that was part one. Final thoughts. All right, if you liked this right away, let me know if you want me to cover part two. Otherwise, we'll move on to other things. But that was a lot of fun, just kind of narrating it. I mean, they got to the plague, so I'm guessing this part two is going to be, you know, after that. So maybe starting with like the Renaissance or something. But that was fun, just kind of narrating it. I love to see Minecraft used for all kinds of cool things like this. And I've seen on our server, our community server, people are making a lot of history themed things. That's kind of been the kind of the theme of the whole, you know, channel, as you can imagine, from a history channel server. But it's been a lot of fun. But if you want to get involved in that too, again, join our Discord server down below and head over there, join up. If you don't know how to really use the Discord server and all that, once you get in, let a mod know. They'll help you out for sure. All right, and again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you go to the original video, give it some support over there. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye.